Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the FetchQuest podcast, where we talk about video games and more. I'm your host for tonight, Brewer, and I'm joined by my fellow host, Liam.
Hello there.
So, Liam, I also have a very, very special guest with us today.
Ooh, who's that?
Are you okay, pilot?
Brewer, what the hell is that?
Dude, it's my good pal, BT.
Where did you even find that?
So, funny story, I was dumpster diving near EA's headquarters and found him. I can't believe they would toss away something so cool. He was just next to all their other trash and recyclables.
Oh, like Apex Legends?
Yeah, like Apex Legends. Like, it's crazy.
Well, I'm happy you found him because I actually love B2. He's awesome.
I love him as well. He's a really cool guy in a really cool game called Titanfall 2, which is the topic of today's video. So we're just going to be going over, mostly it's just campaign today, because if me and Liam can be real for a second, as much as we wanted to try the online multiplayer, it's like basically been dead for a long time, other than some sweats who still play it. So unfortunately, we can't really get the full Titanfall 2 experience anymore. Damn
Yeah,
EA.
that is kind of a thing of the past, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I think we could talk about its really cool campaign, because I feel like it does a lot more than you would expect traditionally from just a multiplayer shooter, especially from fucking EA of all companies.
Yeah, it's genuinely it's insane. I mean, EA is more of like the producer. It's really
the publisher.
Respawn
EA is
that
more
made
publisher.
it. But they made a really good campaign. And it's not very long. I think I beat it in around 5 hours.
Yeah, I think on how long to beat's website, it says around 5-ish hours, a little more if you go for all the collectibles, which some of them are actually pretty fun to go for just because of the movement in the game. But first,
Yes.
I'm going to give a little just synopsis in the game. So, very normal, kind of military story, but you play as Jack Cooper, who's just kind of a rifleman, and shit goes down during a mission, and you become a pilot who is very specialized military personnel. They can do some crazy movement because of the equipment they have. There's basically special ops. They go on some very dangerous missions. And they also, the thing that makes them so special is the Titans, the namesake of the game, which with their bond they have with the Titans, they can do some absolutely crazy stuff during their missions.
Yes, in
this game, your Titan is BT, who has gone through a couple of pilots already, so kind of unfortunate for BT. But you were special. You were Jack Cooper, and you're gonna make a change for that.
Yes, and first off, such a unique name with Jack Cooper. But he is actually he's a interesting character in the small time that you spend with him. But I do think that the real treasure of this game is BT, because Respawn, the character movement is amazing, but the big selling point of Titanfall were the Titans, and BT was an absolute treasure because they gave him a personality, and he's just a really good companion character, and he's just fun to play as.
Yeah, I find him kind of similar to Cortana and Halo, because you obviously mostly care about the character you're playing through, but there's a nice companion besides that. Because I will be honest, the rest of the characters, it's not like there's a whole lot of standouts. Even the villains you go up against and the bosses, I mean, you kill them really quick and forget about them. But the thing that makes the story so special is the bond between Cooper and BT. Especially seeing how they get more used to each other. They have some back and forth and whatnot, and they can joke with each other, and they have a genuine bond where they kind of care for each other as well.
Yes, it's a very it's a very short, sweet story about two kind of conflicting characters just realizing that we are we are Titanfall 2. We're not that different. We can get along. We can be good friends. And are we doing spoilers?
We can mention some. So
Okay.
light spoiler warning for Titanfall 2 if you haven't played
Then
it.
I can do, if I do that now, there's only like really one spoiler for the game.
Yeah, so if you care about the story for Titanfall 2 a whole lot, then spoiler warning now. If not, if you haven't played it, skip ahead a minute.
Yeah, so the like culmination of the story is BT. He throws you outside of like a collapsing something. I forget exactly what it was, and kills himself in order to like save you. He sacrifices his life, and it's very beautiful.
Yeah, and I like the way Cooper and BT were both trying to work together even during those like dire circumstances. And it was so hype seeing like BT return with his like new body at like during the last mission.
Yeah, it's a very the story between them. I do like the way that it ends. I think it ends pretty well, and I want more.
Yeah, same here. I'd like to see another Titanfall game, but I think additionally, along with the story, the thing you mostly care about with this game is the movement, the Titan mechanics, the level design. We're gonna get into all of that. So first off, just the movement is like really fluid. It feels sort of like Doom Eternal, in a way, just with its own unique spins. Like the wall running in the game feels super satisfying. I never felt like it was too clunky. Like I feel like it's something that shouldn't have worked so well, but it did. I love just running around the levels, and it's kind of like just doing parkour to find little secrets that got me like new weapons, extra ammo, or even just little collectibles. It was just really, really cool, and it was like made for really fun and fast, high-paced action.
Yeah, it can be classified as like a movement shooter genre, like a Doom and Ultra Kill, that kind of stuff, where it's very fast paced. The gunplay is more focused on like constantly moving than like sitting behind cover and shooting slowly. You are constantly jumping off walls, double jumping, sliding, and like picking up momentum, because the momentum in this game is absolutely like incredible. I love the sliding, I love the momentum. I loved watching speed runs of the first level where they would like launch themselves with grenades in order to like pick up the speed and just never slow down. It's so fun looking.
Dude, I want to see a full speedrun for the game because it's gotta go crazy. I also love how like just with how the movement in the game works. At the beginning of the game during the tutorial, like they'll kind of decide your difficulty, and like you can still change it manually if you want, but you will get like a different difficulty depending on just like how well you do during that like first little tutorial section. If you're being slow, hiding behind cover a lot, then it's gonna put you on a lower difficulty. But if you're running through that shit and just killing every enemy you see, just being absolutely ruthless, you're gonna get a harder difficulty to accompany it.
I actually didn't know that the training was to determine your difficulty. That's such a cool part of the game that I was not aware of.
No, it's really awesome. I think it's a really good way as well to like just work it in naturally without it feeling too forced.
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
I think that the training level is a very good tutorial in a game, because it makes sense that you're training in the story anyways, because Jack Cooper isn't the most experienced BT pilot, or not BT, Titan pilot, and so it's like, hey, are you good to pilot one of these things? And then you get BT, who has a funny relationship, and then the Titan mechanics, when they get introduced, that's really fun, and that's like a completely separate aspect of game.
I love the Titan mechanics, especially because it doesn't feel just like you're using different weapons and whatnot. I actually like feel like I'm a Titan. Like the enemies now look a lot smaller. Some of the enemies that were actually threats, I can literally just like kick to the side or like back kick them like I'm a damn horse. And then you have like these giant weapons as well that absolutely just decimate the enemies. When you're in the Titan, you just feel so powerful.
Yeah, and it just like it's such like it has such cool mechanics with like the fact that you can like step, like you're slower in the Titan, but not by like that much, but like you still have all the movement mechanics and just in like a different way with but now you have stuff like, I'm trying to remember exactly what BT has,
You
but
have a lot of different weapons and whatnot you can get throughout
yes.
the campaign. You have like kind of a big flamethrower weapon,
Oh
rockets.
yes, I
You have
remember
like a bunch of
this.
melee weapons you can use. My personal favorite is I just love spamming like a bunch of the mini missiles and then just like absolutely going ham because the melee attacks in the game actually do a fair amount of damage. So I would just use those mini missiles, run up to the enemies, and just punch them with BT.
Oh yeah, he had like rocket launchers and like stuff like that. It was like genuinely just they give you such a good feeling of power when you're in the BT, and then like even when you're not using the when you're not using BT, he still fights with you. I think that it's like it's very cool. He is just like a good like a companion to help you
Yeah,
in the fights while
he doesn't feel
also
like just a tool because there's times as well when like there's sections you can't exactly go in with BT because he's just a
to
little too large to fit through the door sometimes. So he'll go like on a separate route doing like his own mission and meet back up with you to reconnect and start just wrecking shit. It's satisfying every time.
yeah. And then like I think like the different ways you can use um BT with like his like dodging with his oh what's the move where he like holds all the projectiles, he has like a
It's like
shield
shield, yeah.
and then he like reverses all the projectiles, like they just it's a very good feeling of like power with BT while also being just fun.
I feel kind of like Magneto every time I did that. I would just put it up and
It's
like be gone.
Yeah, and then like the gunplay is just like incredibly tight. The movement's incredibly tight. Everything feels great, and then like there's just so many good moments when you're playing it, when you're like fighting like the Ronins and the Brutes and all that, because the Titans just feel like they're a very complete part of the game. And then like there's a giant. Some of the Titans have giant swords. It's like it's so cool.
Yeah, and I feel like they strike a very good balance because there's enough sections of just like you having to go through the level as Cooper, as like a human platform, navigating through to like find intel and figure out where like the enemy base is. And then there's enough other sections too of like just wrecking shit with BT as well. I never felt like I was missing out on it too much. There was a very solid balance with it, even in the very short runtime the game had.
Yes, and I think it's also great because, like even like the simple things like the animation of Jack Cooper getting into BT and like how it changes where like BT will grab you and put you inside is like so cool, and then and it's all complemented because the level design of this game is absolutely like incredible, and it's so like I don't think no levels felt the same.
They had some really unique ones as well. Like one of my favorites is you're investigating this like kind of broken down city area that used to be a base, and for some reason you keep getting these like weird flashes where like the buildings like actually look nice, clean, the facility looks new, and then as you go about the level, you find this little device, and it turns out the entire time you were getting like transported back in time for some reason, and now you have a tool that you use to navigate the level by going back to the present and the past. So like the present will be like on fire and stuff, so you go to the past to like get through the hallway while it's nice and clear. But then there's a lot of defense mechanisms in the past, so you go back to the present when they're like fully rusted through. It's so cool. I wish I wish there was a little more of that in all honesty.
Yeah, that's why it's part of the reason people want Titanfall 3 so much is because like the game just keeps giving you new toys to play with. Like I really like the level where you're going through the like factory, and like BT has to go on like the elevator and get all like the power supplies, and then like halfway no, this is a different level, I'm sorry. There's the level where you're like in the giant, like you're in the sky and BT has to like throw you in order to get to like different parts of the map, so that you can turn off a giant dish, or no, you turn on the dish. I'm sorry.
No, it's really cool as well because like he jokes about it and like one of the previous levels because he's got a hell of an arm. BT really should be playing for the Cubs because like he threw like this lamppost like miles away to to connect a line so you could like just grapple across. And then he's jokes, and then there's a joke between him and Cooper about him throwing Cooper, and then he legit just does it while
it's one of the best ships. It's one of the best moments of the game because he does it in such a way where it's like you it's also like a bonding moment between them because he's like, hey, trust me, I got you. And then he throws you and you're just like, the game also looks amazing for being, I don't even remember how old it is.
It's pretty old.
Yeah, but it like
I can look up the exact year real quick. But it has been a minute.
It is, but it's just such a.
It began its development cycle in 2014 and released in 2016.
Yeah, it is. It's been 10 years.
10 years and no Titanfall 3.
And no Titanfall 3. But like the design of all of these levels, the final level where you're just like on the back of a plane, is so cool.
No, it's genuinely so awesome.
And then that finale is just really, really good. And it's just a really good action first-person shooter game. And people, and because of that, like some of the people really, really want a Titanfall 3, us included.
Especially as well, I never got to like really fully experience the multiplayer because that's the thing about a lot of these shooter campaigns. The biggest reason a lot of them had them is because they work well as a tutorial for the player to learn all the mechanics without just absolutely getting their shit knocked in by really good players.
And then what was like crazy is that a lot of these campaigns ended up being like the things that people remember about the game. Like the Halo games, my favorite part about them are their campaigns. Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, like those older Call of Duty, Halo games, the campaign was what made them stand out because they actually put effort into making like a cohesive good story. And Titanfall 2 is one of them. Like it is a visually impressive game. It's extremely fun, and they just kept adding more and more. And like the fact that the campaign was so short just kind of hurt.
It did kind of hurt, but I felt like it was quality over quantity because, again, especially those really unique levels like the one where you were swapping time, and I don't want to spoil too many of them, but like that time swapping was like just so cool because it comes out of nowhere.
It is.
But they hint towards it, and
like each of the levels have like really good mechanics about them, and I think that the time one is just like so memorable because it's just like that's who does that? Who makes that like a one singular level mechanic and then never does anything with it again? And it's just Titanfall, but it works because it's Titanfall.
And they have like a really cool visual as well. Once you get to the end of that level with like a time freeze, and you have to jump through like kind of this brokenish like portal area. It's really cool. That, and I love the attention to detail they had with all these levels because I remember I got an achievement for doing this. There in the time swap level. Because for some reason there are a lot of these like dinosaur ass looking creatures or like dogs in the game, and when I went to the past they were in these cages, right? Go to the present, the glass is broken and they're like long gone. So I go in there in the present, I reverse back time, and then I kill one of the dinosaur things in there, and then I got an achievement that was like mocking me, saying it was self-defense, sir.
That's really funny.
No, it's really funny because like I low-key didn't have to kill that little dinosaur dog thing, but I did just because I felt like it. And maybe I'm a worse person for it, but it was worth it in my eyes because I got the achievement.
I'm looking at the achievements right now, and I like that every achievement is just about the campaign.
Yeah, especially the bosses as well, because I don't think the bosses are like a huge standout for the game. They're not going to be the most memorable characters. They're no Sephiroth.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a big build up to one like big boss. I feel the bosses were just, they were bosses for the sake of being bosses. They were still like cool because Titans are never not cool, but like the real focus of the game was the relationship between BT and Jack, and then just like the very good level design, the good gunplay, the good like movement, all of that was what made the game special. The bosses worked.
I will give the bosses at least a little credit, though. They do work well into like introducing you to all the different Titans you would see during the multiplayer section. Because like the Scorcher and like the Ronin, Orstar, and all that, you would see those in the multiplayer as well.
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, I did enjoy Sloan. I thought Sloan was a good like final fight.
Yeah, no, I thought it was pretty nice.
But again, I'm so fine with it not being the main focus because they were able to do so much good with like all the level design. Like I'm now just remembering like the wind turbines that you have to use like your lightning gun on, and like that mechanic was really cool.
Yeah, that part was really sick.
There's so much good in the game.
I love all the like different weapons you can find as well because Jack like kind of got separated in his mission until he eventually meets up with the crew again with BT. You kind of just scavenge for whatever weapons you pick off the enemies you kill. It's really cool.
It's true. There's just so many good mechanics in the game that I just want to see more of. I want to see more of them.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, besides like maybe the time swap and like the Titans, I'm not gonna act like it's the most unique game. But it does all of them so well that like I actually give a damn.
Yeah, it does the first-person shooter campaign so extremely well because it continuously just like gives you, like I said, I've said this multiple times, it gives you new stuff to do. Like it's not super repetitive. It's always giving you either like a new toy, like a new level mechanic, or even just like something as simple as new parkour to like work on. It's all really well done, and I think that it's why Titanfall 2 holds up so well despite being 10 years old, and why so many people remember it so fondly, and why, like, because when Titanfall 2 came out, it actually wasn't like that popular. Like it had its fan base, but it was never Call of Duty or Halo or any.
Yeah, it was always highly acclaimed, but just unfortunately not all that popular.
Yeah, but people, now that you miss it whenever it's gone. Now that it's gone, everybody is like, we want another one, and I think it's warranted because all that Respawn has given us is Apex Legends, which uses the same engine as Titanfall, takes place in the same world, but it's just not the same at all.
Yeah, which I mean, hey, full power to them because can't always keep making the same game, and like a lot of people do enjoy Apex.
They did make a lot of money too, but it's just like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, if everybody's asking for it, it's gonna make a lot of money. Why not make it? Like, what is their reason for not wanting to make a Titanfall 3? And
I do feel like part of it is just kind of the shooter genre in general. The landscape has changed for that because the genre in general has been. It's one of the biggest in just the fact that like it's the one most casual gamers gravitate towards. It sells the most copies. But there's still a lot of competition between like the big names, Battlefield, Call of Duty, and I feel like it's changed a lot in the recent years, especially with like a lot of the free-to-play ones and big ones like Fortnite as well. That even if we ever did get a Titanfall 3, I don't know if they would do a campaign because a lot of shooters are actually kind of ditching just having any campaign at all anymore, which is kind of sad to see.
I don't really think so.
I mean, some of them still do. Don't get me wrong, but there is a shift in a decent amount of them.
I think it's more so that the campaign writing just isn't the same anymore, because that's like a lot of people's complaints with like some of these modern FPS campaign games is that they're just.
I know with Call of Duty, people were clowning on that campaign a lot when it came out.
Oh yeah, the Black Ops 7's campaign, it just looks absolute.
All the red mist
garbage. But like I mean, it's also just besides like Battlefield 6, Battlefield has never been known for like the best campaign, so like that makes sense that they don't have any. But like Gears of War has always had like an insane campaign, and that's been a big part of it. Halo's always been known for good campaigns besides like Infinite and maybe 5.
Infinite's a whole other can of worms.
Infinite was not it. But like it's just there's such a demand, like it was such a good campaign, and like the mechanics were so fun that like Titanfall 3 I miss it. And now but like most of the Titanfall developers are gone and they've moved on to making new stuff. And even though I'm like I clown on it a little bit, the new game that they are making, High Guard, like it might be good. I haven't played the game. I haven't seen much gameplay on it. Who knows? It could be like a fantastic game, but I have no clue because I've seen very, very little about it.
No, it is kind of crazy. As of the recording date of the 16th today for me and Liam, the Game Awards was like, when it was announced, it was like the last big announcement as well. So like, it's the one Jeff Keighley saved that was like, this is the big hype game you've all been waiting for, salivating for even. I gave up my 5 children for this game to exist. Like, you know, that's how Jeff Keighley be hyping up a lot of his games. And then when they announced High Guard, everyone was just like, yay.
No one cared. Because,
no one gave a damn. And it's
like,
kind of crazy as well because the High Guard official accounts, like, they uploaded the trailer to YouTube. I don't think there's been, like, any other mention of the games. Like, any official accounts haven't been tweeting about it. They haven't mentioned any more about how the game's going to work. And it's getting close to its release date as well, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, the High Guard YouTube channel only has their reveal trailer a month ago, and I think it's supposed to be very, very soon. In like, I think 10 days. 10 days it comes out, and I don't know what they're gonna. I don't know how it's gonna be, but I don't know. I miss Titanfall 2. The campaign was very like it's top of single player like FPS shooters for me. I absolutely enjoyed my time with it, albeit being very small. And I just want more because the movement was so good. Like genuinely just absolutely like it felt so good. When you're get good at it, it probably felt even better.
Oh, certainly. I think
the skill ceiling of that game is probably insane.
Oh, it definitely is. I will say this is going to be a very much hot take for me because another part of me does disagree with it, but I would like maybe if Titanfall 3 came back and maybe sort of like how people just care about more about Doom's campaigns than its multiplayer. Maybe they just had a more focused campaign.
I would accept. I would be so down for maybe making like a separate multiplayer and campaign and releasing them separately, kind of like what I mean, this isn't the best example, but Call of Duty released the Modern Warfare 2 campaign by itself and like completely remastered the campaign, but not the multiplayer because they know that everybody considers that specific multiplayer to be, or campaign to be one of the best. I would agree. It's amazing. If you haven't played it, you should play it. But like, I kind of would feel like something like that for Titanfall would be kind of sick.
Yeah, certainly. I think we've talked about this game a lot, though. As sad as it is, I don't think we're going to be seeing Titanfall 3 anytime soon, though. But hey, who knows? I'm always welcome to surprises. So
I would love it. Respawn, please. Everybody wants it, but it is just a dream for now.
It is just a dream. But another dream and surprise for us would be if you could maybe hit that like and subscribe button, comment if you've played Titanfall 2's campaign, or even if you've ever been heavily involved with the multiplayer when it was still like kicking pretty hard. Maybe tell some of your thoughts on that, and maybe some of your thoughts on upcoming High Guard game. Because because that'll certainly be interesting when it releases. I don't know if it's gonna end up like Concord or not. It's probably gonna end up like Concord.
It's probably gonna end up like Concord.
But with that, we've been the FetchQuest podcast. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good afternoon.
Goodbye.